Thanks for tuning in to another episode of MWK Direct. And I'm going to give you some tips today on how to sell vintage clothing, used clothing, new clothing online on Etsy and eBay. Just have some few basic tips. Been selling on here for about 3 years and I've learned a lot. I just want to share my experience and information and knowledge with everyone else. Today, just some basic things. The first thing I'm going to talk about here is for eBay and Etsy, get items that are in high demand or just strange items or weird sizes. Very small, very big, does very good. Vintage clothes that are weird colors or a weird style do good. Some do good, some do bad, but depending on what you're doing, it's a good trial and error. But just weird things usually sell the best on eBay and Etsy that are rare. So that's just basic tip there. The next part that I really just want to focus on is when you're listing, be very specific and explain everything that has to do with the item. It's going to help you get less returns. Just be honest about what you're selling. If there's a hole, point it out and say there's a hole. Don't try to hide anything, because in the end, eBay or Etsy, they're going to rule in favor of the buyer, and it's just going to be a headache, and you're going to lose money on shipping. And just be honest. That's the biggest thing. I mean, that's all you could ask for when you're buying something, so you might as well offer that to your customers, especially if you want to do this for any period of time. So just be honest. Also, what I do is I put like a little mission statement at the bottom just to kind of explain, like, hey, you're a human, you're willing to work with people, you may have missed something, you're also going to offer a return policy. Just offer a return policy because, I used to sell as is in the beginning on eBay. You know what? If there's something wrong or something happens, eBay's going to make you return it anyway. So just put the return policy. I mean, I'm sure when you're buying something, you're going to be more apt to buy that thing if there's a return policy. Even if there's just, even if it's a portion back. I mean, I'm happy to buy something with something back rather than nothing. So just put a return policy. I know eBay's new thing's going to be 30 days. I'm probably going to do it. I'm not a huge fan of it. I mean, right now I've been doing 14 days. Also, I'm not a huge operation, so what I do is I charge the 20% restocking fee. It's up front. People, if they read it or not, that's their problem. I mean, some cases I will waive it if I miss something or I've made an error, but for the most part, I charge a restocking fee of 20%, and that covers, most of the time what my cost to ship the item, and I also put buyer pays return shipping. And, it's easy as that. I've had minimal returns. I probably sell, on average, roughly about 150 items a month, and I'd say maybe I get 1 or 2 returns every month, knock on wood. Or the main things are, just be honest, find rare things, and just describe everything. I'm going to show you one of my listings here just to kind of outline what one of my listings looks like for an item that is completely trash that I probably get a good amount of money for. So, here we go. Okay, here we got a vintage 80s Stray Cats. There's a band back in the early 80s. I don't know too much about them. I'm sure you've heard their songs before. But basically the shirt is destroyed. It's ripped. There's bleach stains. There's tears. There's holes. Sometimes people like this look, and it's crazy that people buy stuff like this, but they do. I have asking price of $150, and in the item description it says clearly that it's poor. The tag's cut and there's rips, holes, and tears. I'll probably get somewhere between $50 and $150 for this shirt based on my experience. All my listings have free shipping. I just include it because I'm just shipping pretty much out clothing. And there you see the 14-day money back return with a 20% restocking fee. And the buyer pays return shipping. Okay, here's the body of the listing. You have the description, the same title, and then also just another spot where I also re-describe the item, everything that's in the item description. I also put in here, just please verify the measurements in the description, because vintage clothing could sometimes run bigger or smaller depending on the time period. And I just put a basic collar to bottom and armpit to armpit. I have stock numbers for all my items because I have everything sorted out at the house. Then at the bottom here, I just put, your business and satisfaction are extremely important to me. If there is ever an issue with your purchase, please contact me before leaving any negative feedback. My goal is to give you a 5-star satisfaction. The item you're purchasing is pre-owned / vintage and has had another life unless specified as new. I do my best to spot, clean, wash, and document any imperfections. There might be slight imperfections I've missed. I cannot guarantee that it's from a smoke-free, pet-free home, so please don't hesitate to contact me to resolve any issues. I just want everyone to be happy. Payment is due within 48 hours, or it'll be automatically relisted if no communication has been made. Thank you. So it basically just tells everybody that, we're human. There might be some issues. I'm buying stuff, at all different places. I can't say it's from a smoke-free, pet-free home. Even if it was, where it came from, I have no idea. So this is basically just outlining everything for the buyer to make a smart decision. And pretty basic. If you want to use this, go ahead. If you like it, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. And please like, subscribe, share. And thanks again for watching my video.